Savvy Chicks in Real Estate is essentially a global real estate network. It's where we help real estate agents, investors, and brokers to do three things: that's travel, sell, and invest all over the world. Well, I was inspired to launch Savvy Chicks in Real Estate back in 2017 in the US, and it was because what I saw for women in real estate is that there was a lot of competition. And so I wanted to launch Savvy Chicks in Real Estate to where it was a community over competition mindset, to where we are able to host events together, collaborate together, and then also create multiple streams of income so that real estate agents weren't just dependent upon one transaction. Essentially, it was not me. It was all God. And basically, when I got my license in 2004, I had a client who was a real estate agent. I was helping her to launch her VA business. And so launching her VA business, she was like, oh, I sell real estate in the Dominican Republic. I'm like, how you do that? Sign me up. And so she connected me with a brokerage there. I signed up to start selling international real estate in the Dominican Republic. That became my very first country, because then after that, I was interested in what other countries were out there. And so we expanded to Ghana, we expanded to Dubai, we expanded to Nigeria, now Kenya, and pretty soon we'll be bringing on Tanzania. My brand is rooted in luxury, legacy, and kingdom principles, because I essentially believe that you can't do nothing without God. When it comes to the Bible, I feel like there are key principles of the Bible that the whole world used to be successful, even though they may not acknowledge that's where it came from. Like, you have books out there that's called the Law of Attraction, but a lot of those are kingdom principles. And so for me, I want to make sure that everything that I do is honoring God. So we're here right now at Heritage 100 showing our guests this show unit that they have. And right now we are looking for anything that can be something that for short-term rental, or can be something that is for relocation, because we have a lot of people from the diaspora that is looking for relocation property, especially at the quality that they are used to. And this is it. It can't get any better than this. The quality is amazing. The decor is amazing. And the fact that they want to keep the African heritage in the development and in the decor, it's amazing. So y'all, come on and let's take some more looks.
Most units here have 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, or 2.5 bath, to where we came up with this concept to where you can stay on your side and rent the whole other side out. So yeah.
Or you got family, they on one side and the other on the other
Exactly.
side.
And you can lock the door. And it's soundproof.
Like, I see you like that.
Exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, because look how thick that
in
wall.
there,
Look
man.
how thick that door, that wall is.
Got the key, you know, they're doing their own thing over there.
I would not be able to sell international real estate alone. In order to be able to sell properties and bring them to investors, I have to partner with local developers to bring them investors who are interested in actually purchasing their property. It solves a problem for the developer to where they're able to offload their inventory, but I'm also able to help an investor to create revenue stream and to build income, because now I'm putting them into a place to where they can either relocate, they can have it as a second home, they can have short-term rental where they're earning a ROI of sometimes 15 to 36% annually. So one of the things that we love when it comes to these properties that we've been looking at, I've been working with Evelyn for a while, and so she is one of the salesperson at CPL Development, and we're actually standing in a 1 bedroom, 1 bath It rents for per night $180,000. It usually goes for $150,000 with a 1-bedroom, but this particular unit is $115,000. Evelyn, why is this a good unit to buy?
Okay, the owner just did a fast cash out for this unit, so she's looking in the next 3 months whoever can take it at that price at 115. We usually sell those for 135, but she just threw in some discount just to get something out of it.
Yeah, and so a discount means equity for you. So let us know whether or not you are interested. Helping to bridge the gap between the developers that are located in these multiple countries and U.S. investors. I'm solving a need on both ends, so helping the investor to create multiple streams of income within different countries, and also to be able to build a legacy. And I always like to tell investors that you can build, instead of you leaving like an inheritance, you can leave a global inheritance. And then for the developer, it's helping them to offload their project. And so now that I've been operating in this space for the last 3 years, I now have developers that are reaching out to me to say, hey, can you help us to sell our properties?
Business is actually war to start off with. And so in business wars, products do not win business wars. What actually wins business wars is distribution. And one of the things that has brought us very good acceptance with the international markets is our partnership with Savvy Chicks in Real Estate. So for us as a development, we thought of an idea and we thought of how to, reach or bring this idea to people who were interested. And the bridge became Savvy Chicks in Real Estate through their lead, Makeda, amazing woman. Since she picked this project, she's done amazing with us. She sold pretty much some solid units, some very, very solid units. It's just been, 6 months? So I can only imagine what the future will look like.
In order to be able to help real estate agents, the brokers and investors to earn in all these different countries, and what I call the 3 C's. So the 3 C's is continents, countries, and currencies. And why it's important to me is because when you look at the world today and you look at companies like, let's say Uber, Google, Microsoft, McDonald's, those are companies that started in their local area, maybe starting off in a state, but then they expanded into, nationwide. And then from nationwide, they expanded to close countries. And from close countries, they expanded worldwide. And so for me, I felt like us as real estate agents, entrepreneurs, investors, we should not only invest locally, but then expand that outside of the country, because that's where true wealth lies.
International developing and just being exposed is completely changed my life. Growing up in the city of South Side of Chicago, a single mom, these are not conversations that we ever had. We never talked about that. So when you really get out and you start looking at how other people live compared to how you live, and the fact that there's a whole world out there that could be developed. Everybody has a housing shortage. Everybody's looking towards sustainability. There's many underserved communities that just need serving. And so what I realize is that is my purpose. That is what I am assigned to do. While I don't always have the provision, if God gives you the vision, He will give you provision to make it happen.
I joined the Global Kingdom Financier Investment Club because it offers an opportunity for women to invest outside of the United States. It allows us to expand our global kingdom vision, and kingdom being a godly vision. So sometimes, God will put something in your spirit and you just don't know how you're going to do it. But connecting with these women global, it expanded my mindset to go beyond where I was at that point.
Being a part of Savvy Chicks in Real Estate gives me an opportunity to go outside of the US. That was the basic thing for me. So when I got with Makeda and the team, it was the ability to have the information to take the next step to go globally. And that's what I really appreciate about it, her program.
As a real estate agent, I sold real estate in the United States for 14 years. And one thing I've known that coming to Ghana or just living abroad, your whole mindset changes. You know, we're so used to thinking in terms of our community selling real estate or that state that we live in. Coming to Ghana has expanded my vision for my business. I no longer think like in a box. I don't think just my local community, but I think across the entire nation, across this globe, where now it used to be so transactional, and now it's more like helping people, doing a service, you know, helping people invest in globally.
My leap of faith was always with God. So God had me move from the US to Dubai. I didn't want to be in the US anymore. I just really did not. So Dubai was a place that I visited before and was the place where I decided I wanted to go. So I moved there, moved with my grandmother as well. So we moved there, we enjoyed our time there. Then Ghana has been calling. So we have now transitioned to Ghana just actually a few days ago. So now we're here now.
While here, I'm actually building a global brand, and I'm intermingling with the local people here, the Ghanaians and other people from other countries. It's a whole experience, and I think every agent should consider taking their business globally, and it's something that I think that they should do.
When I first came to Ghana, I didn't know what to expect, but going to the Slave River Walk, where the slaves last had their bath, going to that actual location and being able to walk in the footsteps of my ancestors barefoot, and we did it in the dark. I can't even describe it in words of what that felt like in my spirit and what it let me go from the country, knowing that I had that history with me of what they was able to endure. They didn't have what we have today. And so if we are all standing on the shoulders of our ancestors, there's a quote that says that we are our ancestors' wildest dreams. I learned that in Ghana. Going to the Slave Coast Castle and walking through the door of no return and being able to turn around and come back free, to come back as an entrepreneur, to come back to be able to tell people what, you know, walking the castle looked like. I think that for me, that's how you go beyond properties into purpose. It's where purpose meets place. So I would say to the woman that is called to nations, I would say move. The Bible talks about how Abraham went without knowing where he was going. Sometimes God will not show you the whole plan, because if he showed us the failure, you know, in the journey, we would not go. And so if he would have showed me failure in going international and bringing these people with me and showing how much that I can lose, I would have never been able to see how much I was able to gain. And when I say gain, it's not in monetary value, but having people like Jim Kia, who is on here on the tour with us right now in Ghana, and her saying to me on a bus, like, I would have never thought about selling international real estate. Even though I'm an agent in the States, I didn't think that I can do it here. So if you feel that you are called to nations, all I have to say to you is move. And even if you do not relocate, at least go and visit the place that God is pulling on you to go to. I want to have you to join us, whether it's a retreat, going to Zanzibar, Ghana, Tanzania, wherever it is that you're going to meet us around the country. Come out and explore territories and investigate these places with us. And then I will also say to you, if you are a real estate agent, or if you are somebody that is a travel agent and maybe a real estate enthusiast, come and learn how you can sell international real estate with us without even having a license in some of these countries and make additional streams of income. My goal and what's next for me is to help continue to spread the word.